Wow. Dr. Sunday, are you sure you're not living in a fantasy world?
I am sure I am living in a fantasy world.
Because
I am living in a fantasy world. I'm not denying that.
and that's part of what we want to discuss today. We understand that fantasy is not necessarily reality.
Fantasy is not reality, yes.
Yes. So, are you sure you're not selling fantasy and some unrealistic goals or vision to Nigerians?
I am living in a fantasy world, but I'm not selling unrealistic goals, vision, and aspiration to Nigerians. What I am selling to them, to me, is very realistic. Because everything that you see today used to be in a fantasy world. When you think about electricity, 100% electricity in every city, every town, in the whole country, 100% electricity, it used to be a fantasy in the mind of most of people in the world. When you think about planes flying and taking people from one destination to the other, it used to be like a fantasy. But that fantasy was in the mind of some people. When you think of getting people to live a worthy lifestyle with per capita income of $40,000 per every citizen, it used to be a fantasy. And it was a fantasy world in the life of some, in the mind of some people. So everything you are saying, the fact that even I am sitting down here in Ukraine and I'm talking, people are watching me in Africa, in Europe, in all over the world, America, everywhere. It used to be fantasy in the mind of most people in the world, but it was that fantasy lived as reality in the mind of other people. So yes, I believe that. I don't doubt. And I will not argue with people who believe that I'm living in a fantasy world in regards to my dream and my passion and my vision for Nigeria. And thank God, this is not just my vision. It is the vision of a whole team of people that we have come together to dream this and to believe this. And it has become a reality in our own lives. Yes, it is still a fantasy in the life of most people, and most Nigerians are going to have a lot of arguments why this will not work. But let them have it. We need them. We need their doubts. We need their doubts. We need their skepticism. We need their pessimisms. We need all the challenges they have. We need their criticisms. We need them to challenge us. We need them to bring out reasons why this thing will not work. The more we have some objections and oppositions to this dream, the more we are going to have to explain. And the more we explain, the more we have to explain, the more we are going to be able to solve other things and other obstacles and hurdles that we might not be saying, that other people are saying. So let them raise them up, let them bring them up, let them bring those obstacles and hurdles. And we are going to address them, and we're going to find ways to be able to resolve those obstacles and hurdles. But yes, it is, everything starts out in the fantasy world. It is normal for us to live from a fantasy world, but the problem is if we don't convert that fantasy world to a physical reality. But I am an expert. If there's anybody that teaches on conversion in this world, I'm one of them. I don't know if there's any other preacher in the world that is teaching about conversion the way I'm teaching about conversion. I believe in conversion, that we can convert things from the invisible realm, from the realm of fantasy, and like you are saying, into the realm of the physical world. That is where the life that I want to live in. And I believe that this is the life that God challenges all of us to live, the life that He wants us to live. He said, the just shall live by faith. And faith is something that you don't see. is something that is in the fantasy world. So a man of faith sees something ahead of him that nobody else sees. He's seeing something invisible to the physical eyes. But later on, because of his faith that he has in the invisible realities that he's seeing, he has so much faith that those invisible things will become tangible. And he walks toward that goal until the invisible become visible. And that's why everybody that has ever made anything happen in the world, that's the same principle that they use. They were seeing something in the invisible realm, and they believed in the invisible reality, and because of their belief, they worked so hard until they made the invisible reality become physical, tangible, material manifestation for everybody else to see. So this is the fantasy world that I'm living in, but that world will not remain fantasy because I believe in it, and I have other people that believe in it together with me, and because we believe in it, we're going to walk towards it until we remove all the obstacles and all the hurdles, and going to bring those things that we are seeing in the spirit realm into reality. We are already proving that it's not just in the fantasy world. We're already having the sketches, the pictures, the drawings. So we have it. It is the reality of what we're dreaming of is already not just in our own mind anymore. It is already in papers. It is already in calculations. It is already in projects. It is already in planning. It is already in architectural designs. So those things are already being shared by and being believed in by other people. And soon that we are going to be on the ground, and we are going to be convincing other people to believe, and we are going to find a way to make sure that what we are believing that is looking like fantasy right now, that we will work hard enough to make them reality. Sunday Adelaja here. If you believe in nation building principles, please like this video, share it with your friends, and let's change our nations together.